Brother?
My brother.
Brother.
Yeah.
Man, once again, bro, thank you for doing this down to earth. Sit down with us, man.
Man, thank you for having me.
Nah, man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Like I told you, off the camera, the inspiration behind this shit, bro, is just to have a real down to earth conversation.
Yeah.
Like I also told you off the camera, watching your journey and how we've been interacting with each other, how we've come to know of each other, bro, has been super love all the way through. Always reciprocated. It's been love. It's been inspirational. I do want to take the moment to like pretty much give you your flowers.
Yeah,
that's also what this is about. You know what I mean? It's my way and Earth School's way. You know what I mean? Of doing our best.
Yeah.
To get the flowers while we can.
Man, y'all doing a beautiful job, bro. I
appreciate it, bro. And you from Memphis, bro. You from Memphis, bro. Born and raised in Memphis, bro. Can you tell us how? Let's dive into that, cause I'm from the Ville.
Yeah.
I'm from Memphis, right? And a lot of people, when they discussing those both cities, right? From a bird's eye view, it's a lot of differences, right?
Yeah.
A lot of different cultural differences. But because I know people from Memphis and I got love for Memphis and I've been to Memphis and I've been inside the culture of Memphis and I'm from the inner city in the most beautiful parts of the Ville, I'm able to see a lot of commonalities. Have you been able to see like a lot of the differences are like some of the commonalities that you've seen since you've been in the Ville, since when you went to TSU and XYZ?
I can definitely say I've seen some for real. Like, I guess how my mind puts it is like, you know how you got home, right?
Yeah.
But then you go to your cousin's house. It's like your cousin's house is a little different, but your cousin's house got some similarities to it.
Yeah.
So like, I look at the Ville as like, y'all basically the cousins down the street. So it's like, it's gonna be a little different, like culture might be a little different, but like a lot of people from the M migrate to the Ville and back and forth. Either way, like we always intertwine with each other, whether it's from school, shout out to the 2-time Grammy Award winner, Tennessee State, Aristocratic Bands I was part of. I just gotta show love like both sides. Whether it's school, whether it's you got family up here, whoop de whoop, cause I actually do got some blood family up here. I can definitely say, like, y'all in the city and like our inner city is kind of one and the same. It's got its differences, but like it's for sure like you don't feel like you too far away from home, if that makes sense.
It do. You know they say Memphis is on stage.
It is. I ain't gonna lie. Any person from there, we gonna tell you, bro. Memphis is our own
They
state.
say Memphis is on land for sure, and like for culture reasons for sure, from spiritual reasons, you know, Memphis and called Memphis, Egypt.
Yep.
I always love just anytime I touch Memphis or I come across people from Memphis, bro, they really always got that electrifying energy, you feel what I'm saying? Where like you can feel it run deep in the blood and you really can't replicate it, bro. So I always got love for Memphis, you know what I'm saying? And obviously I'm born and raised in the Ville. But I always, like you said, them cousins to me, man, them super cousins. How do you think the journey through Memphis, you know what I mean? And how did it shape you spiritually, you know what I mean? Or just like as far as your music journey, you know what I'm saying? And you probably done been asked this before, but like I said, when I see you put stuff out, the different ranges of music and genres that you able to like bend and you know what I mean, and communicate them. Whether you making people dance and move, bro, or you like your lyrics, your metaphors, your bars, your storytelling, you know, it's like who is dope. And then I love the fact, you know what I'm saying, you speak on hope or you call yourself the hope dealer. Like, so is that like, does Memphis have inspiration into that, right? Or is it like something more of like a personal journey that you feel like you kind of got, you know, outside of Memphis?
I can say a little bit of both, and I can explain why. So like, I grew up like a lot of kids do in Memphis. I grew up in the church.
For sure.
So like that's deeply rooted in like my faith. That's why like if you go to any project, whether it's been my first one to my most recent Jump Experience Soliloquy, like I make sure I keep God in there. Cause I don't want it to ever get misconstrued, no matter how big He allow me to get, no matter how long the journey might take. I don't ever want it to get misconstrued to the listener and the audience that I did this by myself. Like,
heard that.
This was for sure like the power of God using me as a vessel, and so and me knowing that and having cognizance of that, because it's a difference if you don't know versus if you know and you just choosing not to
Absolutely
internalize it. So that's for sure one. And then two, I can say like being born in Memphis, but like, how can I say it? Because I also work with kids, so I'm getting to see like, I feel like God showed me the different sides of like, alright, this might be how you grew up, even though you were in the same environment, and I get to see how my love for them, but how these little niggas growing up, and how things that you might have had that they missed, how one little detail can like really structure somebody's path. So like seeing that is like, okay, I'm getting to see the different stories versus like my main story.
I heard that for real.
Yeah.
Working with kids, bro, because I got some history of working with kids too. And obviously this conversation ain't about me at all, gang. Sure. But like I relate to that because when I was doing music, when you say that you saw me or you became aware of who I was. Yeah. When I was telling you about like my journey moving to Dallas, Dallas was the first time I actually got to work with kids full time. I became a program leader in Dallas, bro. And those the kids in Dallas, we come from tough shit. We come from rough shit. You feel what I'm saying? But those kids in Dallas, black and brown kids, hella populated with a lot of black and brown. You feel what I'm saying? And though I could relate to them, my emotional intelligence had to raise.
It has to.
You know what I'm saying? My awareness had to raise, you feel what I'm saying? Because it became a consistency of just like not personalizing the experience that you, like you said, like you have with children, but also becoming aware how now I'm a part of these kids' stories. Okay. You feel what I'm saying? Now I'm a part of these kids' journey. Does that also play in your creativity and how you communicate your messages for sure? For
sure, because in the simple fact, like, kids gonna grow up and you never know, kids might go find you in the future. So it's like, even if you remember me from just being like, oh, that's Mr. So-and-so, he was tough, but he was fair on me. Like, he ain't let me be, lack of better words, not gonna do too much good, but he ain't let me grow up to be no bitch ass nigga. So
for real though.
If I did still become one, I know he wasn't the reason I became one.
They remember, bro.
They gonna remember.
They remember.
So like, I want that to reflect in the music too. Like, let's just say they do run across my music or my film or whatever type of creative pathway that I choose to put it out. They can be like, this is who he is as a person. Like, it ain't no difference. Like, this is bruh as a person. This is bruh who I remember was walking up to me. If I was doing wrong, maybe pop me upside the head, but still showing me some love out there. Like,
they said we missing that. We missing the tough love in the community nowadays. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we also missing a lot of men being present too.
For sure, you see that.
We see it, bro. Like when I was working, bro, like I was heavily outnumbered by the women, bro.
For sure.
But in a respectful manner. We obviously know women.
They got that nurturing spirit to them.
But I wish more men knew that we did too.
Yeah.
It's communicated and showing up differently when it's like real effort and like we said, emotional intelligence, compassion, and like, you know what I'm saying, awareness. But we know how to nurture too. We know how to hold space for people too, and it's just like I wish we understood that there's no fear to really show up in these. I think a lot of, you know what I'm saying, I think a lot of us may be scared to be responsible. Yeah. And I think a lot of us maybe grew up in areas where a lot of people felt like they weren't responsible for us. So like we was left to I was left to learn a lot of shit, you know what I mean, on my own as a growing boy, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Though that I had mentors, I had coaches and everything, they couldn't be there 24/7.
24/7.
So a lot of the shit that I had to learn was like bumping my head, you feel what I'm saying? And like, you do that shit again, you might not get a second chance, you feel what I'm saying? You may not be able to come back from this one. So like you said, bro, like, and that's hard too, cause like, this is why these conversations are important. Like, how much do you ever really put out there, bro, that you work with children?
I don't keep it a bean. Like, this probably, it might be the first platform that I actually went out there and said, like, I spoke on it a little bit on my project Gone for the Winter. Just a little bit, but I didn't go deep diving in, just saying like, oh, I work at a school. Like, I was just like, all right, I'll mention the kids from the neighborhood I'm from, But like really just going in and saying, nah, bro, I actually like work with kids. I see these niggas 24/7, whoop whoop, blah blah blah. Like it might be the first junk. I ain't gonna cap.
That's just, but it's like I said, it's beautiful to learn that, bro. Because like I wish, you know what I mean. And I honestly know that there's a lot more men, bro, that are passionate about that. And it's like they don't even gotta work at schools. I know niggas, I know homies, bro, who like taking care of the kids that walk past on the block, you know what I'm saying? I know niggas who like care about that, you feel what I'm saying? And I don't think this is I don't want to say this the reason, bro, but like it might not be like the coolest thing to praise. You know what I mean? It may not be like what people still wear as a badge of honor. So like most men ain't really communicating that. But I feel like because I know, you know what I'm saying, I know men and I know how we are and I know how we are helpful in curating the culture, whether it be negative or positive. If we spoke more about like what centered us and where we grounded at, then like I feel like more men would be inspired to go.
I feel that.
Put themselves in the community and however way they can show up. You feel what I'm saying?
Because it's definitely in the sense of like, I wouldn't just say this is what I want to do forever, like my life. Not like working in the school system.
No, for sure.
Yeah. But it's also like the older I get, like I mentioned out camera, I'm 27. So I started working with these folks at like 23. And it's like, through the years matriculating, like of course, like you said, the emotional intelligence had to grow. I had to like low-key grow out of some of my high-headed tendencies. Cause I'm like, I got to pay for these kids, woo-woo. But over the years, I be like, damn, I really miss little such and such. I miss little dude. Like, cause I ain't gonna lie, I first year at the school, bro, we had like, I never thought them first group of kids I would say I miss them because them was our worst ones, bro. Like the story, if I ain't gonna tell they stories on camera, bro. Once we talk about
I already know, bro. That's why I said that's why it's funny, dog.
I'm like, gee, this is not real. But I quickly got acclimated to it, and I'm like, this just is what it is. How can I, even if I'm being hard on you, if I'm being tough on you, I know what the world is like out here, and I still remember what it's like to be young. You know, some adults, like, they get to a certain age and just forget they was young, or they forget, like, you know, you was their age at one point. So it's like, I think the Lord got me in that middle ground of like, all right, bro, you getting older, but I'm still allowing you to still have memory of what it was like being their age. And then have the visual prowess to see, like, you grew up one way. You had two loving parents, they weren't in the same household, but you had a daddy that made sure you didn't go too far, and you had a mama that for sure made sure you go too far. Like, by the time I was college at 5, my parents were in their 40s, so I grew up with real adults.
Oh, for sure.
So, like, seeing that the storyline might be different for a lot of kids, it's like, bro, what you gonna do? Because it's like, I could turn a blind eye to a lot of stuff. But then I also know, if I see you on the news in a couple years, I'm gonna have to in somehow, some way answer for that, because I let you do that when I at least could have told you stop. I could have tried to talk to you. Now, if I ain't gonna lie, it's a few one, I done talk to you enough, bro. Gone about you, I ain't gonna lie. You gonna have to learn on your own. You gonna have to bump your head. But I feel like at least if you try to say something, you can at least say you tried. And you never know what they may take with them along the way. Because I still got kids that used to go there to this day. I got a couple of them in high school, a couple of them in middle school. They come walking through. Hey, Mr. Such and Such. I'm like, what's up, bro? You like? I said, middle school, just like I told you, gonna be going. Yeah, bro, I should have listened. I said, hey, yeah, don't be mad at that. I told you though. So I'm glad you now are able to internalize and at least move with knowing that knowledge versus not knowing it and possibly something Lord believe happen.
Feeling like stunner, cause I want gold, platinum, diamonds. I ain't talking all of my teeth. Need it on the wall right next to me.
First off, I saw you post this, right? This vinyl.
Yeah.
If you wanna tap into it hard, bro. Like, can you highlight the importance of like why you got that in your hand? Can you highlight or tell us how does it make you feel, bro, to know, like, you know, your hard work, your inspiration, your creativity can manifest into something physical like that?
Bro, one, like I was saying in the earlier shots, bro, it's all glory to God for real, bro. Like, cause I myself know how much work I put into this, just simply because like this was the first project I did from scratch. Like, no YouTube beats, and this ain't no offense to like folks YouTube beats, but like no YouTube beats. Putting all my money for it. Like you said with Nip, literally putting all money in. Like, every studio session, most if not all of the beats are constructed by my two homies that I basically grew up with at this point. Ricky Devane and Hunch I Made This. Both are creative. I mean, what's the word I look for? Both are great producers in the city, have worked with some of the biggest acts, biggest names, and they're great artists too. And it's crazy because like Ricky is from the side of town that I'm from. We both from North Memphis. But we met in high school in 10th grade. It was funny enough, the teacher, you know, they be calling the roll and stuff. My first name is his last name. So when she said it, we both looked up, raised our hand, and then we looked at each other. Right, we clicked from there.
For sure.
And then like, I didn't see Ricky since until I got back home from college. So like, he had went to another school. And then my little brother Hunch, he came like 2 years after me. So if I was probably like 11th grade, he was in 9th grade. And like, we had been locked in, because you know we both was in the band, we both played on the drum line. So essentially, like, I'm like your real big brother. Like when I was the section leader, you know, I'm helping guide the drum line, helping guide what you doing. Then I was marching at TSU. He came up to TSU, so it's like, yeah, you my little brother for real. So it's like, just to see like how far both of them have come is like a big inspiration to me. So I was like, for sure, y'all are the ones I want to help construct this show, like all the way. And like, of course, the lyricists, we write our own stuff. Like, don't nobody write our stuff. So like, that's the thing.
No, it's sorry.
That's the thing. Sitting there with them, actually, like, I want this show to sound like this. Put this sound right here, like really executive producing this show, like for real, for real. And then, yeah, bro, just seeing like, just seeing how like, you know, how like you said, how it can grow into it. So
you can keep going.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So just
No,
seeing
sorry.
how it can grow into like a tangible object. And I also got to shout out Music Expo Memphis, because I ended up getting a grant from them to where I could be able to put it together. And they put up actually like a large portion of it, and I just had to put up what I had to put up to get these shots made. So like, even when I stare at it, it be like, damn, like this is like almost a year's worth of work. Like, and I, you know, you start calculating stuff all the time. It's like, damn, all these studio sessions cost this much. All the music videos I was doing for like the pro run and then the run after the drop, all of them cost this much. Traveling to different cities to promote it cost this much. It's like, damn, bro, this shit really did get into the thousands. So it's like, I'm like, damn,
like,
once you start looking at that, it's like, shit.
And that's like, obviously, like, that's like the mental, the spiritual, and like even the emotional energy that you put in to even make the money. You put so much energy into it, bro. Can you tell us, like, another inspiration, bro? You know, with Down to Earth and like Earth School, we talk about like Earth School has different dimensions of like definitions of it to me. Obviously, Earth School is, we all in the earth, we all on this plane, we all in this reality, and we all learning our lessons. And hopefully, you know what I mean, recouping our blessings as we like continuously learn. Right? And then some of us learn faster than others, some of us learn different than others. What are some of the things that you've learned along, bruh? It could be creativity, it could be your journey as a man, it could be your journey in your relationship, it could be anything, bro. What are some of the lessons that you know have sharpened you, and maybe some of the lessons that you struggle with, you know what I'm saying, as you know what I'm saying, you don't walk this journey?
I can say, for one, just like, if you say you're gonna go after something, bro, like, I always keep God ahead of it, and He'll guide you the whole way. Like that, of course, that's like an upbringing thing, like with the faith and all that. But it's also like, I saw it in real time, because like, not too many people know. And not to just say it wildly, like, oh, don't be doing hella drugs, like, I don't. But like, I went completely cold turkey on everything making this project. Like, I was completely sober minded, like, through the whole 9 months of doing it. So like, I think the only time I broke it was my Ricky father had passed. And I literally prayed on it. I was like, Lord, please don't be mad at that nigga, but you know, my brother need his folks and stuff, so I took a shot with him. But other than that, bro, like, the homies back home can tell you, like, when the project was almost done, they be like, hey, bro, come take a shot, come we do it. I was like, nah, bro, the project ain't out. Damn, bro, you gonna wait for the project? I said, bro, I told God I'm not doing nothing till this young is out. So, like, going that long without, like, any substance in your body, anything, it's just like, I don't even do it as much no more because it's like, okay, shit, I really don't need it. You see how much money you save without it. And then this ain't no, like, take to anybody that do it, because I'm not just gonna say, like, I don't.